Ladies and gentlemen, hello from Erie, Pennsylvania and FishUSA. I'm Steve Wascher, I'm your host today, and what we're going to talk about this morning is Vise Setup. For those of you that are new to the fly tying game, it's really important that you know how to properly set up your vise, and it'll give you the maximum potential when you're tying. So first off, we have a variety of vices I'm going to show you. The first vise I'm going to show you is a pedestal-based vise. And this is an HMH vise, a very good vise. Now, when you set your vise up, you want it positioned so that you can see each side of the fly. This has a very unique rotary feature that you get the visual from on the back side, and you also can turn it so that you can see it manually. It's a very good vise. What I strongly suggest is maybe even getting this a little lower down in here, and it'll allow you to see both sides even better. The one nuance of a vise is, and I made this mistake for many years when I was a young tyer, is I would tie with my vise way up here. And what that did, two things. It didn't allow me to see the back side of my fly, and it put a great deal of pressure on my upper back because I'm up here with my vise and my scissors all the time. And these muscles become very sore. When your vise is somewhat lower and you can see over both sides of it, it takes a lot of pressure off your back. And there again, you can see both sides of the fly. So the next vise I'm going to show you, it's a Regal vise, and it's a C-clamp. C-clamp. So we're going to adjust this to our table, and we have a nice ridge here on our table. And I'm going to slip this over the ridge. Tighten it down as firmly as you can. And we'll make sure it doesn't shift. Now, there again, this is just a little high. And I want the head of the vise basically center of my body. So what I'm going to do is, just going to slide it down the table just a wee bit. There we go. Almost there, there we go. Now I'm going to lower it because I can, whatever your tying table height is, you can raise and lower to meet your needs. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to tighten it up, center of chest. This is really good because it allows me to see both sides. This is a rotary head feature. These are phenomenally good vices, extremely tough and durable. And you see this little spring clip here on the Regal vise. That's a material holder, by the way. But these vices they come with a great deal of accoutrements that you can add to your vise, and it's just an all-around great vise. So that's your C-clamp model. Now on to another C-clamp model. This is one of my little favorites. I've had one of these for years. There again, it's a C-clamp, and we've got a good 2 inches, depending upon your table, the edge of your table. And you could also buy this vise with a pedestal as well, which is nice for the traveling. So, I'm going to do the same as I did with the Regal, but this has a little shorter arm, so I don't need to space it as far away. I'm going to tighten it down. Center that up nicely. Now, this instrument here that's on the vise, this is called a bobbin cradle. And basically what happens is, because this vise is a full 360 rotary feature, when you're rotating your fly, you can hang your bobbin from this. And I will tell you folks, it really aids to your tying skills. So this is the Renzetti Traveler, and it comes in black matte in chrome. Very nice vise for your entry-level tyer. Now, one other unique little kit we have is the Terra tying kit. This comes with everything you're going to need to tie some flies. It comes with a nice little wooden box. It's got a little tiny pedestal base built right into the box. You've got your vise. So basically what I'm going to do is, it comes with this mounting bracket. I'm going to screw it in. And there again, this is great for when you travel, and you can take this thing on an airplane from. I'm going to set my vise in the socket, tighten it up. It comes with a fur dubbing twister, a whip finish tool, a pair of nice hackle pliers, a good pair of scissors, which is quintessential when you're tying, a bodkin or dubbing needle. Now the beauty of this bodkin is, on the back side of it, there's a hole in it. We're going to use that as a half hitch tool. I'm going to show you how to do that in another video when we talk about knots. I've got a bobbin threader, and I've got a nice little bobbin for thread. Your tying station's complete. It can go anywhere, and it's exceptional value. So I hope some of these have helped you with your tying setup. And there again, you may have to add or subtract to your table or the height of your chair so that you can see both sides of the vise in your fly. I've got one other thing I want to add to this. Tyer makes an extension arm, and I'm going to show you how this works. You can get a good close-up of that. So what we do is we have a C-clamp bracket here. We're going to put it on the table like so. Tighten her down. Almost there. There we go. Now, what this allows me to do is, you can go 180 with this, or even if you want to raise it higher, you can go 360 with it, depending upon your tying situation. So I'm going to keep it just a little lower. I'm going to open up the chuck here, and I'm going to take one of my other vises. I'm going to take the Regal, for example. No, I'm going to take the Renzetti. It's a universal hole, so many vices will fit this. It's not wanting to go. Okay, we're going to have, there we go. Now, what this does, I'll slide back just a bit, is it allows me to move my vise farther from my table, and I can see over it. Now, I've got this lowered as low as it can go, but another feature of this unique thing is this unique arm. I'm going to take it out of the C-clamp, and I'm going to invert it. Now, many of you might not be able to see this, but I'm putting it in upside down, basically. Now, why am I doing so? So that I can really get my vise to a level that I'm comfortable with personally tying. And it brings me in, and now I'm looking right directly over my fly. And this comes in really handy when you're tying a lot of small trout flies. And you need to be a little closer, but yet we want to get away from that with that vise head right up here. So it's a good visual. You've got your bob hanger, and you're going to attach a waste trowel below this to put all your waste and scraps in. And it's a very economical piece, and it really gives you another dimension in your tying skills. So I hope I've helped you with this video in your tying station. The one other thing I'd like to add is you notice I have a white tablecloth down here. You're going to want a lighter background, especially if you don't have a shadow plate. Some vises come with a shadow plate that's maybe 6 by 6 inches. But nonetheless, shadow plate or no shadow plate, you're going to want a light background. If you don't have a light background, maybe a piece of white cardboard or white paper or white fabric would work just fine. So, for FishUSA, I'm Steve Wascher. I hope to see you in the water. Good tying and good luck. Thank you.